Hello, welcome back. There is a lot going on this turn. There's also a message from Mictlan. I don't think I've read this yet. Perfidious Tianqi versus everyone's favourite lovable underdog Mictlan. Who will win? Who will lose? Who will be forever immortalised as the cool guy? Don't forget the rule that no one is allowed to win except me. I demand to win, goddammit. There we go. We did actually see a battle between Tianqi and Mictlan this turn, so I think that's what this is referring to. 2 reports from Sefecti. We're hit by some flame bolts. Looks like it's the little one though. 10 units were hit, 5 killed. 11 units hit, 7 killed. That's not too bad. Did some Arouse Hunger, hidden underneath. Battle in Silvergrove. The ghouls bounced off, so didn't have much luck there. But then our army moved in. So the army's been revealed to TNN. Here's how it looks in action. Not actually that impressive, to be honest. But my god can come and join them now, which, you know, kind of tips things. I changed positioning slightly because, yeah, the Dust Warriors are just a bit too slow for where they were positioned. They end up too far back. They pushed forwards a bit. But, you know, looks cool having all the archers and stuff. There's the Bows of War getting fired. Enjoy that. Anyway, there's the army on the throne now. Sarah Dakota Prophet. Don't care too much about that though. Gintmark, the released guys, walked in, no problems there. The heavy cav province, they just kind of plow through it with all the predations, kind of cool. Boreal. Ternanog attacked Kalum and won. Yeah, it looks like this turn, TNN has been positioning their stuff to try and take Kalum's thrones. So that might work out quite well for us, because Kalum's thrones might end up getting weakened by the TNN armies, just in time for us to go and take them ourselves, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, but there's 2 armies we can see. Quite a lot of mages, including a ton of She-Lords, and lots of Sacreds in both of these stacks, really. So yeah, there's lots of air magic to watch out for, really. Quite a few Banshees in this one as well. Flame Spirits. Yeah, so I'll just briefly look at the map. So you can see TNN going after this throne, and another stack down here towards this throne. Might work out really well for us, but we'll see. Armbeg we took back from some Spine Devils, no problems there. Embracer. So you're trying to take out the TNN army and Embracer. They moved at us into our lab. So he's got a Banshee here with a bunch of water gems and a Sea King with a bunch of water gems. I learned a valuable lesson here. Which is that apparently spamming tons of the small water elementals is better than the big ones, if you can get enough of them. Yeah, because they just gradually grind through our big water alleys. And there's nothing really we can do about this many small alleys, so quite slowly die. And that's that. We hit N a few times. Water alleys just kind of sweep us away. So, I mean, it's pretty close, but yeah. Unfortunate. So we've been stopped. Whoops, wrong one. We've been stopped underwater, which is a shame. But we're gonna have to head home and defend our thrones now anyway. So yeah, as long as we can slow the advance of these guys a little bit, it's fine though. Godsoon we moved into with some ghouls, but bounced off, which is a shame. And then a big one, Battle in Mag. So this is Tianqi's army into Mictlan's fortress. This is mostly slaves, it looks like. But some nice mages here. Got some Mound Fiends. Quite a few Mound Fiends. Another Mound Fiend at the back here. Plus some Magus guys. A few Sacreds, line of Skellies. Into some significantly better skeletons. So Tianqi puts up Relief, and Mictlan puts up Howl. See some big solar rays hitting these Dustwalkers. Tons of fire release too. Some big gifts of heaven as well. Tianqi does not really have anything protecting their mages from the wolves, unfortunately. This gate is a nightmare. A few of the Dustwalkers are getting in. And Tianqi is kind of dealing with the wolves okay. Tianqi has made it in. They've taken the gate. Firely's walking through the walls. Earth can't really stand against the Dustwalkers. Firely's are in. Is that a devil or is that a yeah, just a devil. Looks like a commander devil though. It looks like the fort has fallen. Although Tianqi's not happy at the back either, some guys are outing. Interesting battle. But I'll leave it there. So there's Mag. So Tianqi attacked Mid-Clan and won. They did lose quite a lot of stuff though. They lost 57 Dustwalkers and 16 Dust Warriors. And a couple of mages as well died. Dust Priest getting 55 kills. So Mid-Clan lost 233 things. Yeah, mostly slaves and long dead though. That wasn't a very high quality fortress by any means. Might be struggling to get defense over here. So that is this province. So this throne now belongs to Tianqi. They're now on the board, so congratulations to them. I wonder if they'll go after this one as well. In fact, I should probably start moving a scout towards it to see. That would be a good idea. Try and watch that if I can. Might be too late though. Because he had a lot of stuff down here as well that I assume is going for this one, while this deck goes for this one. Hopefully we see it though. I then learned something very important that I had overlooked. This throne is a forest, which means it gets attacked by Wild Hunt. So that's good and bad. It's good because a lot of TNN stuff is sacred, right? And another thing I learned, by the way, is a shaman got attacked this turn. Shamans are not priests, they're just sacred. The global says that when the hunt is called, powerful priests of enemy faiths will be hunted down. And the yellow text says targets enemy priests. But I guess it doesn't target priests, it targets sacreds, because technically shamans aren't priests, right? They don't count as priests. They're just sacred, because they don't have priest levels. That's how I would interpret it anyway. But maybe people interpret it differently, but yeah. So we lost two commanders this turn, and we got lost a shaman, which is a bit of a shame. And the other one was my prophet. So the prophet we've had since the start of the game has unfortunately been targeted by Ernie himself. So he had no chance. Whoops! So he had no chance of doing anything there. So farewell to, I can't even remember his name, 6 types of mayonnaise or something. He served us well. Somewhat frustrating. We don't have any way of putting up Divine Blessing now in this battle, I don't think. Because there's nobody with priest levels in the communion that we could use. And none of these mages can be put into the communion easily either. So yeah, we're without Divine Blessing until this guy. Oh no, you don't have priest levels. Yes, that's a bit unfortunate, because we do have some sacreds in this battle. And it's outside our dominion, so even if our god is here, it won't do anything. So that's unfortunate. I could make a crystal matrix, bring it over, but that'll be 2 more turns. It's like, I think it's just a shame we're going to be without our Divine Blessing. I could have these guys cast Blessing for a few turns though, just to make sure the mages get it. Because making sure the mages get the resists is probably important. Because the mages are kind of relying on having some shock res in the battle from the Bless. What about you guys? Do you guys have a... I mean, you can do some blessing as well when you're off script. It's not a bad idea. Even you can just do some blessing, I suppose. I'll just make sure our important mages get blessed, and the lizards too. Yeah. Really unlucky. It might work in our favour though, because if this is a forest, then it might have lost a bunch of mages, because I think all of TNN's mages are priests, right? Yeah, they're all priests and they're all sacred. Yeah, literally all of the commanders. Oh, not these guys. So if we're lucky, this throne might have been pretty severely weakened by Wild Hunt. This might work in our favour actually, so that's good and bad, mixed blessing. So Ficti then, local ruler, has made a pact with demons. Lots of demons around. Trackless woods, demons have manifested. Woodlands, there's fertility cult as well. Cunal, we got an earthquake which broke the temple. 6 nature gems in Cunal. Some gems in Gnome Peaks. Trackless woods attacked by frost fiends. What is with all these demon events? It's very strange. I've never seen this before. It's a bit like the Abyssia game I had when there was like wolf events everywhere. Pranda got attacked by some barbarians as well. And Silvergrove has been cracked open immediately. That doesn't really tell us much though, because it was only a bramble fort. 150 wall. And we have like 900 siege strength, so yeah, that was going to break open in one turn anyway. It doesn't really mean much. But that is finally it for messages. And here is the map now. So, here's what is left from the underwater stuff. They're just going to head over to Divine Ocean and help defend that. And these thrones are going to revive some Banes every turn. And we'll give the Banes Moonblades. And they can help defend the thrones from horrors. Cataclysm is now in 2 months, so going to have to be careful about Doom Horrors. This is a JBBM game, so the Doom Horrors are more powerful than in vanilla. They can pretty easily take out thrones. So we'll do our best to defend them. Up here, I'm going to put together a little squad of some Buddhas, currently in jackal form, hyena form, with some Mandragora bodyguards, these leftover ghouls. They're going to go here and do a bit of raiding, why not? I'm going to ignore this stack. This is the throne attacking force from TNN we can see going for this throne. I'm going to let that happen, and I'm going to let this happen as well. I don't see any reason to prevent these two people from fighting each other. We'll let them expend their forces against each other, and then if this goes well, we can move from here to these and take them ourselves, I think. Or perhaps this one, since this looks pretty empty. This is also a forest, though. I should be more careful about that. Silvergrove itself, we're just going to storm with the scout. I'll just see what's in here. Everyone else is going to just chill. In fact, you shouldn't just chill. You should preach, probably. I might change that a bit and have some people preaching. Don't want to lose too much siege strength is the thing. But maybe I just don't have the guy with the grubs preach, but everyone else can. Yeah, I'll set all you guys to... Oh, Undead Priest can't preach, right? Yeah, but those guys can preach, that's fine. My god is moving over as well, so my god will be here, ready to do some stuff. He's got gems for all occasions. And depending on what's on this throne, we'll either siege it with the army or the god, or both. We'll see what's best. And then we'll immediately go after the next throne on the list. So far so good. Not much else to say. There is a mage over in Alman though, who has been given some boosters, who is going to become a worm that walks, so that should be fun. That takes 30 nature gems, but I think it's cool. So we'll do that at least once. And other than that, we are making coral blades, reviving banes. We're doing another cast of Hidden Underneath in the cave, and we're also doing another cast of Hidden in Sands in the wasteland. We're making storm spools, another moonblade, building a temple. There's the guy becoming one that walks, bane, Hidden in Sand. That is it for this turn. So we get to see what's in the throne next turn, and then after that we'll do something interesting. That was turn 71, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got our alteration up to 8. There's some nice stuff at 8. There is time stop in here, which is pretty cool. My god could cast that. Although when an 8 spellcasters cast time stop, it tends to break their script, so not always super useful, but it's in there. All of the Fates, Ground Army, that might be useful against TNN. or Calum. Wizard's Tower might be useful. Lots of cool stuff. We'll keep going for armies of gold and lead though. We did Hidden in Sand, and then the guy who cast it died immediately. We also did Hidden Underneath. The guy who cast it died immediately. I guess Cataclysm has started now. We had a guy become a Worm That Walks, and some units in Silver Grove got hit by flame bolts again. They managed to kill the shaman I had leading the communion, doing nature buffs, unfortunately. Tino Neg declares the end, no moral. Their new prophet. A bunch of battles then. First up, Calum broke siege into TNN outside their throne. So, nice big armies. Calum is mostly corpse constructs though. TNN has some Tuatha guys? Yeah, Tuatha warriors. So these guys have been buffed. They've got Firefend as well. Both sides deploying quite a lot of Fireleys. Both sides also cast Heat from Hell, amusingly. The TNN has Relief and Foul Vapors up as well. Both sides have Heat from Hell. Calum then puts up Firestorm. So the Firefend coming in handy. Calum also has up Wrathful Skies. And TNN has Howl. I think, however, Calum has just run out of units too quickly. Corpse constructs are being mega banished by TNN. The TNN side looks a lot healthier at this point. Calum sort of fading away. Did you guys get any resists? You do have Fire and Chakras at least, so... I think TNN just had more high quality stuff. And I don't think the Firestorm made much impact at all. Or Wrathful Skies for that matter. So that's unfortunate. Let's see. I mean, that is a ton of mages. TNN had a lot of mages as well, though. Yeah, I think TNN just had a significantly larger number of high-quality stuff. Versus not really on Calum's side. They just kind of died too quick. So, yeah. TNN gets the better of that exchange by quite a margin. And they then storm the fortress, and yeah. At that point it was empty, so... TNN has taken one of Calum's throne off them. They also moved into Blue Waters underwater. We were kind of just giving up the water provinces, though. These guys both still have a ton of water gems, unfortunately. We also saw another army moving into Larian Swamp. This is TNN's other stat going after Calum's other throne. That's still a lot of troops as well. And then we stormed the fortress in Silvergrove to see what's in here. Sent a scout in. Turns out not much. There's a couple of fire mages who do have fire gems, so that's a lot of fireleys. Flame Spirit, same thing. And then a big tree in the front. Otherwise not too bad. Just need to get through a wall of fireleys, basically. And kill a tree. Which I assume is going to have, like, personal regen and stuff, so... It can be annoying killing immobile dudes. Shouldn't be too bad though, right? So that's what's inside TNN's fortress. And then, yeah, the Wild Hunt tried to kill our new recruit in Machaka, but we actually managed to fend it off. Looks like we just charmed Animal. Let's see. Yeah, charm the commander. And then they were routed. Nice tactics. So that's good. Events then, Woodlands. We got Death, we got Unrest and Turmoil, we got Sloth, we got Unrest. Some defense in Griffa though. And some Dominion in Anphalia. Worldwide event. Cataclysm is beginning. And that's it for important messages. Actually, who's that sneaking enemy? A false prophet and some heretics. Discovered in Ong Bailoth. What was that other weird event as well? A demon has possessed the ruler of the land. It must be banished before things get out of hand. That's Hesperia. Oh, that's a story event. Yeah, after last time when I mentioned again how weird it is there's all these demon events, I forgot Looming Hell was up. And I remember someone saying, Looming Hell does the commander bargaining stuff inside Dominion, but it also triggers a bunch of demon events outside of Dominion as well, which I forgot about. So the reason we were seeing so many demon-related events was probably just because Looming Hell was up. But as you can see, it's been, well, destroyed this turn. In fact, 2 globals went down, but I can't remember what the other one was, so... yeah, but Looming Hell's down at least. That's good. Ours are all still up at the moment. Anyway, here's the important part of the map now. So TNN is on this throne, and they just took this one. And the throne that we're on is pretty empty. Although, a lot of these mages are A2 mages, and I was wondering if he would like Cloud Trapeze all of those over to this to help defend it. But I suppose on one hand that might not make much impact, and well, there's also Cataclysm, so they might all just get horrid trying to cast it, right? Is it really worth risking doing a bunch of Cloud Trapezes into this fortress? I don't know. I think it's probably just going to stay pretty empty. So I'm just going to storm it with these guys. It's not the full army, it's just... I just want some units that can survive a bunch of Fireleys and kill them, and then kill a big tree. So it's mostly just the undead guys who all have fire resist. My god, a couple of thugged out dudes. That's about it. Bringing in the archers as well. Might as well. And my god currently is just leading everything that's mindless. I've done that just in case we want to use him at some point to put up Soul Drain, since all this stuff will be immune, so you might as well just lead this stuff around. So I don't think we need the full army, I'll just bring these guys in. Got some guys coming in with Blessing to bless our Sacreds, because the Sacreds would be pretty good in this battle as well. My god's here. I am going to have him cast Soul Vortex, which might be a mistake, but there's lots of undead in the front. The only thing we're going to drain really are Sacreds. But hopefully we don't drain them too much. We'll just do Earth Power, Soul Vortex, Temper Flesh, and attack. I don't think we need much more than that. Should be okay. We don't have Dominion currently, so we only have 10 Fire Rares, but Temper Flesh is an extra 5. Should be fair enough. We have the 2 Bane Lords, who are set up with anti-undead weapons, but even so, they should be pretty good. Red Salt, gonna rush in with his Quickness Boots, giving him combat speed 10. Start Wraith Swording people. He should be able to kill Fireleys in a tree. Why not? We'll just send these guys in. That frees up the rest of the army to start moving towards another throne, so... Oh, Wild Hunt is the other global that was up, right. So since Wild Hunt is now down as well, might as well go after this one. It was in a forest, it made it a bit awkward, but doesn't matter now. It looks like by far the weakest. And I'm hoping that one of these other thrones will get some of our dominions soon, or at least zero out. And then maybe we can just teleport our god straight onto this on his own. We'll see. Losing our prophet was also a bit awkward because it means my god is the only thing that can actually claim thrones at the moment. Which is slightly uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm just going to storm with these guys. I've got a Fire Mage doing some Flame Ward to give the guys who don't have fire resistance a little bit of fire resistance. Besides that, not really casting anything. Just hoping our troops can walk forwards and that'll be that. Some guys doing Blessing to make sure we've got our Blessing. So Ultima Tifia is going to get the rest of the army, including some of the hidden underneath guys who are arriving. So these guys gives us a nice front line. They'll start making their way towards Iron Caverns probably. We'll try and take that one next. We did get another cast of Hidden Underneath this turn, but unfortunately that killed the caster, so one Buddha is going to forge some Earth Boots, and the other one's coming over to do another cast of Hidden Underneath and Smother Dark, and then probably also die, but it's worth it to get out these little armies. And that's fine. Also moving some stuff into God's Tomb and Vongor. Vongor is getting some Buddhas just doing some raiding around here, just to make it more difficult to move between these provinces. God's Tomb is getting the new cast of Hidden Sands guys, plus our Worm Mage. I don't think I've ever had a Worm Mage before, but these guys are really cool. They have the Swarm Body trait, which means that they just don't die in combat, they just keep coming back with a chance, which is kind of cool. They also, I think they free spawn bugs every turn as well. And they're also immortal even if they do die. So this guy reappears in Machaka after 3 months. But he's a Fire Mage currently as well, so he can cast Phoenix Pyre. So he's a Reformer who can also cast Phoenix Pyre and then is also immortal. So pretty hard to kill this guy at all, which is kind of cool. Got natural regen and he's sacred as well, so he can bless himself. Actually, did I remember to do that? No. I should probably do that at some point in the script. I guess instead of Temper Flesh. Much as I hate to do it. Actually, no. One of these mages can stand next to him and bless him instead. That works out much better. Okay. Because you also need blessing anyway. So we've got those guys moving around here. I've got another mage casting Worm Mage this turn as well. Ubora here is also going to become a worm that walks. It seems pretty cool. We'll make a few of those guys if we can. It is Cataclysm, so they might get attacked by horrors, but he's got some bodyguards at least. That's something. So fingers crossed we take this throne with no problems this turn. Start putting together an army and ultimate to go after this one. Underwater, still just fleeing from these guys. I do have a Bane over here now with a Moonblade and an Amulet of Anti-Magic. Forging 2 more Moonblades this turn, and getting another Bane over here with this one. So they can help out a little bit defending these thrones from horrors at least. That's something. And besides that, not much else to say. These 2 arrows are just priests coming down in case we can get some more temples down. About to lose some temples underwater. But we'll see where this moves this turn. It'll either go to one of these 2 provinces. And when it does that, there's only one province it can move to. Muncie has to go to White Grave, and White Lake has to go to Hippocampus. So we could move stuff to defend if we wanted to stop this. Although in the case of Divine Ocean, that would leave this completely undefended for a turn. This at least has the fort in front of it, so maybe that would be okay, I don't know. Might just ignore this though. Might just accept they're going to lose all these temples underwater over the next few turns, and just focus on defending the thrones. I don't think anything else is happening. Let's just check. So Storming Castle over here. Forging some Earth Boots. Casting Become Worm That Walks. Forging Moonblades. And yeah, I think that's everything. Reviving a Bane underwater. I do currently have some gold left over, so got a mage queued up there. Picking up lizards here since they're forging astral items and probably dying every turn. Mage is paid for in my cap. 220 gold. That worth using? Why not? We'll get another wizard here. Why not? That's fine. And that's the turn. So that was turn 72. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.